All right, good evening. Sorry for the Thursday night. Well, who am I talking to? There's no one, no one watching the stream. This is what I get for having a Thursday night stream here. But anyway, this is the date I could deal with it. Today we're going to be doing a single night part here from fall of 2008, where we're going to be covering the Bailey's Y. Bailey's Y is this location right here. It's where the CSX Curtis Cutoff Camden Cutoff meets the Locust Point Branch and the Baltimore Belt Line. It was directly south of what used to be Camden Yards, Camden Station, and adjacent to where now the Howard Tunnel sort of starts. This Y actually featured a very large roundhouse that has since been demolished, all sorts of industrial sidings, and even now a building that I just realized has been demolished since 2025. Since 2020, what is it? Everything down here has pretty much been demolished. It used to be an interesting industrial zone with tracks in the street. And now it's a casino and an empty lot full of bricks and dreams, as is many of the things, unfortunately. We'll see what they put in there. Oh, there's a Top Golf. That's right. Wait, why is there, like... Wow, this is actually before the Top Golf got built. I didn't realize that was that new. Wow. Yeah, this little parking lot there is now a Top Golf. Holy crap, that building's gone too. What the heck? Well, I guess it's not. It was gone in 2022. Sorry, I'm just looking at things. I don't really know all these old warehouses down here. I love these warehouses. Yeah, you see? What's a city without warehouses? What is that? It's a music venue. Sorry. There's no one here right now. I'm just looking at the stuff. So anyway, we're doing Bailey's Y. We're starting out here back in 2008 when the position lights still reign supreme. All right, let's get this stuff done. I generally got pretty good coverage of this area. It's again, it's super sad that all those old brick buildings are going away. I mean, it was interesting that they were directly, halfway abandoned buildings were directly across from M&T Bank Stadium, home of the now John Harbaugh'less Baltimore Ravens. Yep. Firing a very winning coach was a choice, but we'll see where they go. Unfortunately, this track in here, which is still used, would actually do street running down to a variety of businesses in the area. Those all seem to have gone kaput, and that's why they put a casino in, because that's so much better for the economy. So while the Y is Bailey's Y, this interlocking between that thing there and this here is Bailey, just Bailey. This is going to be westbound. And then here we have another one with just the Locust Point Branch. So that track in the foreground was an industrial track. If you go back to the 2007, 2008 street views, you can see where that ran. Again, that has now been completely obliterated. No, for a while the tracks were kind of embedded in the street, but that is when they basically put the casino in. That all got and the Top Golf. That all got repaved. So this overhead, you can see where the Top Golf is. That street might. Oh wait, that street was there. I'm pretty sure. But for some reason, the street views seem to stop around 2020, when Top Golf was this parking lot probably used for the Ravens. Apparently, Top Golf's having a little bit of a, doing good business problem. People try it once and then never come back, which is a bit of a shame. I'd like to try it once, but I wouldn't want to do it as part of a party where you look like a fool. It's interesting. You got those little dwarf signals over there with the 3 upper or lower orbitals depending on the job. CP Bailey had almost all straight routes and not a lot of diverging. It had those 2 marked tracks were actually separated from the regular CSX tracks. Yeah, let's go to the Baltimore terminal zone here. So it's sort of hard to tell, but you can see these are the 2 freight tracks. They have that crossover. The 2 marked tracks just sort of diverge here within the limits of Bailey, but neither track really neither set of tracks commune with each other. What's next? Same mast, up different stuff. Those D's. So in theory, no push-pull commuter rail passenger revenue service runs here, but in theory the equipment does. So these got the delay and block rule D's as well, because the marked trains are stored down at Locust Point Yard. There's a shop down there too. So in theory, because it's used by these push-pull trains, they had to put the delay and block rule D's on the signals. I'm not actually sure if there's still there. I should go check because of the PTC. It was nice having CPLs, just downtown. They tended to vanish about 2012 from this area. I would see this signal bridge on my way to work every day, and then just one day it wasn't there. Actually, no, not this one. The I would see this. Yeah, no, I would see this one there. I had a different route that saw. I see the westbound signals on a different. When my job changed, I would see them in a different on a different route in. It's interesting, all the little industrial tracks around here that have pretty much gone kaput. Let's focus a little bit better what we want to see here. This is just the touch of fall. The actual dates on this are... Actually, it's, wait, no, that can't be right. This says November 2nd. Maybe it is. Here we go. Got a person sort of crossing the tracks there, and the eastbound signal bridge. It still seems like it's tipping over. I guess that's good. It's a surprisingly busy day today. Oops, a little too much. So yeah, it is. Like I said, it's interesting how they've divided this into a passenger and a freight side to the same interlocking. Oh. Is this the right one? Yeah, we're good. Here we are looking back. The Y has 3 interlockings, or at least did. Bailey at the west, Lindenthal Street at the east, and then HB Tower at the north. So we're working Bailey right now to try to get this dealt with. The vintages of the signal equipment did vary. Some of them had the oldest sort of what I call the clamshell terminal block in back. Other ones would have the small boxes. Then there's one specific special one we can look at. Oops. So we have 2 dwarfs coming off the mark tracks. Each of them has a half of the orbitals. The approach slow is for the short signal distance to CP Carroll. So a train that there's an additional signal in CP Carroll, so you could go from here to a slow approach to a stop within Carroll. So you needed that approach slow. Didn't say it's common, but it's definitely something that a train could encounter. The question is, which track is this? This is going to be Mark 1. Track Mark 1. Here we have the other one. Okay, these are similar ones. Similar ones can be found at could have been found at Greenbelt until just a few years ago when they were also removed. This is off of track Mark II, which has a mandatory divergence. There we go. Again, note each of these will have a D. There we go. Each of these will have a D on them for the delay and block rule. That's simply to try to allow the train in advance to catch up on some speed. Huh. Let's just accept the signal as being tilted over. It just, that seems what it is. Alright, that doesn't look bad. There we go. Pretty consistent B&O CPL lenses. These probably would have been put in, if not the 80s, in the very early 90s. Hey, what? Oh, there's the problem. Nice. Got it. Alright. And then here we have the other one. Here you go, that looks good. Look at the little bridge they have coming off of Russell Street there. I wonder who uses that. Oftentimes they'll have those bridges. They're pretty much used by nobody. At least ones like, there's something in Pittsburgh or something I asked about it, and someone was like, no one ever uses that bridge. This is Mark 1. Here again, we have the Locust Point mast. This one looks oddly tall. I don't know what causes that. I know that CPLs are naturally tall, but this one just seems extra tall. All right, there we go. Whew. Which one is this? Just looking where to see where this one goes. Oh, there it is. Rear plus track. No plus track. Off we go. Oh. Oh. Last one of the set. Going to be another slightly rear photo of that Locust Point CPL. It's a little disorganized, but all of that was made with the initial run. All right, that's second round, all nice and done. What? Did I not delete that? What's going on here? What the heck? Whew. 67. All right, I guess I don't need this. Number 14. Oh, that's right. I'm doing a couple extras. Right. I guess. I guess I didn't do another batch. Any questions? Anyone in the chat? Let's find out. Not yet. Ooh. Oh shoot. There it goes. Yeah, we're good. Let's get all this stuff minimized. Sorry, a little sleepy today. We're gonna be getting some interesting stuff here. So this is, although this is kind of within the limits of Bailey interlocking, this is actually a part of HB Tower. Today they kind of try to avoid this. Probably at least for no other reason than the interlocking logic is going to be more difficult. God damn it. Come on. There we go. Next. This is that same locust point signal, but sort of an outside angle on it, and it's soft. I know that. But again, it's not a huge deal. Just because we have these giant pobs in the foreground. Eastbound. Wait a second. Westbound Locust Point Math. That. Here we have another one. So this is, yeah, this is again HB Tower, not Bailey's Y, or not Bailey. This is all still part of Bailey's Y, just not the interlocking named Bailey. Ugh. All right, where's that thing going? Ah, crap. Where are these? I'm not sure. I don't think we need to deploy anything else with this. I think we're good here. Just a eastbound mass. Oh, not quite. Oh, shoot. What the heck? Alright, I did miss it. Sorry about that. Yeah, I just thought the usual gang here. A little quiet. So you have the upper portion of this HB tower. B&O is always very stingy with its orbitals. You know, they really, with so few examples of the 6-orbital CPL in existence. All right, next. The back view of this HB tower signal. The base does look like it has been modified at some point over time. All right, moving on. So I'm just you can tell I'm just walking around this guy right here. Again, in hindsight, I did a very good thing, but it is a little annoying to actually photo tag it. That looks good. There we go. This is a little bit more fouls to give. So, oh, I am doing all 5s. All right. Is there anything more I can do here? That looks good. Okay. Next. Oh, the actual basket. You can see that this signal seems to be newer than the others with the junction box. It's not like cast and has ribbing for various special causes. Mast, yes. All right, next. So here is a really interesting thing. So first off, that previous signal was for HB Tower. Now we're in HB Tower's interlocking limits, kind of, and now we have a signal for Bailey interlocking. And this does look all nice and tidy, and it was put in by crews. There was some sort of derailment here, and instead of and for their credit, instead of putting in a CPL, a color light replacement, they did put in a CPL replacement in the intention that it be used to its purpose. All right, let's put in there electrification details, and we're good to go. There we go. So they must have had these in stock. You can see it's the latest generation of terminal block. Everything's really nicely new and painted. You can see it all has new hardware. So I have to assume that this was either put together very post haste or within an amount, whatever an ordinary amount of time is since the interlocking, the fire and stuff, which had been about a week prior. Well, not a week, some amount of time. It's not HB, this is Bailey. Bailey. Here we have our upper orbitals, apparently noon and 2 o'clock. Yeah, it's fun to call these with orbitals because that's what they are. um... GT sub, eastbound mass, the upper orbitals, rear. Yeah, that looks good. All right, next, the target. Not sure if we can really put them to sleep like that popular Star Trek episode, but maybe there's something we can do with this. I want the full length actually this time. I really want to get whoever the head of this is on to join up with 60 Minutes. They do a pretty good job. Ah. Ugh. And the lower, of course, the lower orbitals with the complete with D sign. No matter what cinema chain you're involved with, you're going to get that scarlet D. Ugh. I always love these. Have this is an old B-1 bomber. They have something called an alert start. Oh, sorry, this isn't a B-1 bomber. I mean, this vaguely looks like it. Ah, crap. All right, let's eliminate both of those and see if that gets me my target size here. Yep, I got it. There we go. Oh, there's the problem. Alrighty. Alright, last one of this section. So, this is, again, why I'm sort of starting to cut this short. Not this video, but this series. Really, when I start getting into 2009, you know, I'm doing a way better job, and you don't need to see 18,000 pictures of the same signal just because it happens to be, you know, slightly different angles of it. All right, looking good. Oh, that's all of the ones in this set. All right, we're looking good. Alrighty. It's got 2 left. One of 2. Nice. Let's get that warmed up. See if we have any visitors in the zone today. Not really. All right, let's get going. There are a couple of twists and turns in this. If there can be twists and turns in railroad signaling. So here we have the one of the legs of the Y. I guess, north, even though it's railroad timetable east-west. This is HB Tower. Oops. Northbound, HB Tower, north, Y, switch, west, eastbound. That would be wide, too. And then we finally get to this one, which is an upper, the upper assembly here. This is where I do know the appropriate headline. Ooh. Oh, here we go. Oh, this is Bailey. That's right. Bailey. There we go. Oh, I never resized this. What is this? What the heck's? Okay, it's going westbound. That's what I need. Oh, I put southbound. That's why it's bad. Oh, crap. I'm putting a lot of southbound because this is all westbound. God dang it. God! Alright, that looks good. What do I have here? Upside. There he goes. Upper. Okay, that's upper upside. What's upside upper then? What the heck? Ah, heck. Oh, did Brian get here? I guess not. Oh, no. Oh, that's why. So, let's see here. I did 1 through 14. Alright, let's just, let's make sure I have all this stuff dealt with. 15 through there. Okay, that's good. And I want to do about 14 of these, 42. Alright, make sure we have everything going right here. Yeah, sorry for the lack of super interest. I mean, I'll have more stories at some point, but again, this is why I'm cutting this short. It's just super difficult to deal with this. Okay, so I did that. All right, what's going on here? How many have I done? 28. So minus 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that was the last one before. Okay, did that. Good. You're done. Yes, I got you. Got this one. This is where I'm at. What did I thought this was? Okay, did I do the same one twice or not? I don't know. All right, let's delete that for now. I think the issue is that I forgot to do the whole, like, the way I did the name check. So here we have the southbound signal. I check it, and it's displaying a clear. Which is good because that means something's going to show up soon. All right, now we're back in on track. There we go. So yeah, this like I said, there was a derailment. This was replaced. This is about the time. The reason you get these replacements, like, well, what if it's 22 that well, Chatsworth, if it has happened, the railroads really haven't internalized it yet. So you're asking, well, why did they replace? If this got run over, why did they put a CPL in that? Well, the issue is, like, they didn't need to change any wiring. Everything was the same. They had this. They probably had parts for CPL parts in a yard. They assembled it like a Lego set, and now it's sort of ready to go. So the interesting thing here is because the bridge and the clearances, you have overlapped interlockings. HB Tower's interlocking limit starts all the way down there, and Bailey's starts here, or as opposed to the more common where they're apart and you have a no man's land. There has an anti no man's land in this one. And we have an upper version of this too. Note that the 12 o'clock orbital is lit for a full clear. We're a little close to really get the full CPL effect, though, unfortunately. And here we have the lean salt, the dwarf on the Y. So the Locust Point Branch used to be signaled to a point. That's why you could go instead of today everything going into Lindenthal Street is a restricting, and the Locust Point Branch is completely unsignaled. But up until about this time, the Locust Point Branch actually did have a signal. I think I know where it was, or at least an end of block sign. But I never saw it in person. I never got an official photo of it. And here we have the new mast and the old mast. Remember, the new mast here has the straight root orbitals and the medium speed orbitals. Both medium approach slow is medium approach medium and a medium medium approach medium approach slow, or medium approach medium. That's medium approach medium. Medium approach slows on the other side, the like 4 o'clock orbital. For those who don't know, orbitals are the names of the little the around the central target. Like other CPLs, remember the CPL, the color tells you how clear your blocks are. The orbitals tell you the speed you should be going now and the speed you should be going at the next signal location. Again, these are the best. I will keep saying it. B&O CPLs are absolutely the best signaling system this country ever developed, and it's unfortunate that they proved not very popular, and eventually have been practically all run out, all over the place. A whole potpourri of signals here. We got the dwarf lined up with the Bailey mast, lined up with the HB Tower mast. This would have likely been done when Camden Yards, the station complex, was replaced by the new Camden station that Mark still uses to this day. All right, let's see how this stacks up in our thing here. Oh, that's fine. It's a little. There we go. Oof. And here we have one of just itself and the Y track. That works. It looks to me as a casual fan. I don't know who all these, what these signal changes or who they would eventually displace. Oy. So one interesting thing is that the old CPL signal that was demolished in the accident, the derailment. I remember that derailment. I was terrified this interlocking was going to be immediately resignaled, and it was only after a little bit of time that I realized that it wasn't. So right all in here, you have a whole ton of junk that, this is the old mangled mast. It was hit by an auto rack. I mean, there was no saving that at all. You can see the bits and pieces in here. This is going to be for Bailey. This, I believe, is the 6 o'clock orbital. Interesting. Okay, next. This is, I believe, it's not. I don't think it's yes. Yeah, it's not the 6. We just did the 6. This one is the like 8 o'clock orbital. Let's see here. Okay, there we go. That's better. Mm. What the heck? Come on. Uh. All right, let's see what that gets me. All right, close enough. I'm done with this. Here we have the remains of the upper mast. There we go. Looks good. Oh, come on. Ah. Yeah, this is the upper mast. Ah. Okay. All right, that looks okay. Almost the end of this set. This appears to be the open lamp socket on the 10 o'clock orbital. Damn it, I need to get this in. I want this in one cut. There it is. Nice. Oh. There we go. And one more for this set. This is an alternate view of that. An alternate view of that orbital, looking end on. There we go. All right, we are done with one more round of stuff. Cool. Perfect. Got that. Done. And then this last group, 15 photos. What if anybody's around? I don't see Brian here, but we got a couple people. Thank you for joining us. If you missed anything, this will be posted up in its entirety. I just got all the Christmas stuff up, so this will get put up at some point soon. One second. There we go. Here we all go. I have a couple of more interesting things going on here. Like I said, this started with just some stuff, but we'll get some interesting trains here. So in this one, it is going into Lindenthal Street. You do have a restricting. So this might have actually been right after the Lindenthal Street got downgraded. And this is why I can't use Street View to find out where those damn signals were. So there's Topgolf. That Topgolf took over where that's where the dog shelter used to be, because that's important, of course. Where can I see stuff? Boy, the overgrowth has really gotten. They've let that really get going. So here's, oh wow, they actually have unilenses. I don't think they'd have unilenses down here. I thought they were just straight up doohickey signals. This is from 2019. So I'll go back and see what's going on. Pretty sure those unilenses just do stop and restricting. And then we have mass signals all the way down at the other end. And then this is where the dog pound used to be, over in there. So I believe that the signals used to be right in here. There's a thing you can see. There's a relay box. Painted Raven. There it is. This guy. The Ravens one. This is from 2020. Still looks good. But why would you have a relay? Why is there a battery box? Why is there a rail that has an insulated rail joint? There's another one. There's two. Why do you have those here? This is where I think the signals were. I just don't know where, what form they took. Were they signs? Were they? Who knows? But we unfortunately we can go back to November 7. The Ravens box is still here, and the IRJs are still here, but there's no sign. There's some disturbed ballast. So I don't know. This is where I think something was, but I can't prove it. All right. Alrighty, this looks good. So here we have, I've been ignoring a bunch of this, but I know that I have, wait, where was this? Oh, shoot. There it is. Okay, I did cover that one. Good. Whew. Thought I lost that for a second. All right. Again, this appears to be a unilens now, which is better than the alternative. Let's see here. What direction is... Oh, I need to pull up my old main line. I'll make a throw to the old main line. There it is. B&O Photo Tours. So the question is... Wait, no. I'm going to use my... I want my Locust Point branch. Locust Point. There we go. Liedenthal Street, HB, West Y. Direction is east. This is eastbound. There we go. Cool. Get a little bit sharper than that. And a close-up of this guy. Oh, I'll try to capture that other one in the background, even though I'm not gonna note it in the file descriptor. But it's better to capture that stuff than not. This was noticed in I've seen some other reports where stuff like this has been mentioned. No plus IRJ. There we go. Done. Ugh, don't give me 605. Oops. There we go. Wait, did I even need that? Yeah, I did, actually. Ugh. Well, whatever. Good enough. 520 is fine. All right. And here we have facing the Y, going back the other direction. Do I even have any IRJs in this photo? No. Note, that, again, the proximity to M&T Bank Stadium. If you're ever watching a Ravens game and you hear a train horn, this is where it is. Something in this area. Probably wouldn't encounter, you know. Mark, since Mark Camden Line doesn't run on weekends, you don't hear a lot of some of this Locust Point stuff doesn't use. So everything going to the Mark station comes out of this Locust Point track. That's where the yard is. So if a train's leaving Camden Station, it'll have to come out of the yard, go up to Camden Station, lay over for a few minutes, and head to DC. Here we go. All right, that looks good. It's crazy that that stadium. It's like I'm glad it's there. It only cost like 300 million back in the 90s, which I guess would be $600 today. I don't even mind the bank name on it. It's going to be jarring if and when they have to change it. So I want to get rid of as much of this stuff as I can. So I'm just going to cut this there somewhere. That worked. Nice. So there's more Lindenthal Street. Make sure I'm including the Baltimore Terminal sub label in here. So this is going to be eastbound. I already said Wydorf, right? Yeah. Should probably put CPL in these in case this comes up again. Cool. And then just a more basic photo of this. There we go. And the rear looking back towards. So that bridge in the foreground right there that I'm just about to crop out, that is the Baltimore Light Rail Bridge. There we go. I like that they at least kept these fairly well painted until the end. And another reverse view looking back, and we have both the dwarfs there with all the IR insulated rail joints going on. Now I'll leave that there. You can see all the times they've had to splice out that rail, and even then, it's still looking pretty bad. Look at that. Ooh, that's pretty bad right there. Cool. How's that looking good? Good. 580. Worth it. Next one. Value interlocking itself. There's your interesting CPL there. It only has room for a straight route or approach slow, indicating that. So, in theory, that other thing. Approach slow would be for the. What would that approach slow be for? Why wouldn't that be approach medium? Let me verify. Yeah, the slow speeds are to the right, and the fast speeds are to the left. I'm pretty positive about. So if this was going to go up the Y, it would be flashing green over green for slow approach slow. The one time that actual signal is needed is likely right here to send trains up to Camden. Now. But that other thing is a medium clear, not a slow. Huh. But you could use slow approach slow to go to a medium clear. I just don't know what you would need an approach slow here for a straight route. Because both the next signals do not have, neither of the next signals have straight routes. Oh! Both of them can display slow approach, that's why. Although, again, Uh, hold on. Baltimore and Ohio. Yeah, I was right. That is an approach slow. So I don't know. Like, I get it if you get an approach slow to a slow approach. Slow approach, slow flashing green to go over the Y. But what if this guy's doing medium clear? Does it clear to medium clear? Do you do approach to medium clear? I guess you could do approach slow to medium clear. Uh, actually, what's the timetable speed? 10. Oh, it doesn't matter. They can just give them a clear to the medium clear, because the line speed, if they want to do it that way, the line speed is 10. Anyway. Oh. There we go. Nice. Next. Oh, I said here's what the train was. Here's what the pictures were for. A CSX Manifest Freight with a 5200 series Evo, and the star of the show, a 7600 series C something, Dash 8 of some variety. I love the trucks in those Dash 8, the wavy trucks. They really look good. Oh, damn it, I didn't get the picture. It's just a 17200 series something. CSX roster. See, this will tell me what's down in the 7200 range. Whoa, not on. It's got to be some sort of C40-8. Yeah, they've cleared that for the new CM44AC rebuilds. So what does this look like? Oh, sorry, 76. 76 is a C4. Yeah, it's not 7200. It's 76. It's 5203. So 52 is 5203. Oh, it's a C40-10. Cool. So we have CSX 2203 and then 76 something at Bailey's. Why? Cool. Here we have some TT. Let me see if I even need these. I might have an extra I don't really need. Eh. Guess I'll give this a go. So we start with where we started. The Locust Point mast angle, and then DTTX 732 122 732 122. And then we have some containers on flat cars. You don't see that as much these days, I don't think. Can't see what the designation on this guy is. It's something 4419. Oh, it's Florida East Coast. Well, I'll just call it Florida East Coast 4419. I can't see anything more. Could just not do this one, but we brought y'all here. FEC 4419. Cool. Next. 3 left. So while I was there, the train came in and kind of came to a stop. I think that it had a stop signal at Carroll. While it was stopped. Now, for all I know, hold on. I don't know that it has a stop signal at Carroll. So the train stopped and a guy got off. He wasn't walking and the train was stopped and he climbed over it. This guy was on the train. This is the best photo I could get. Don't think he saw me, but whatever. Did he hit an emergency brake to get the train to stop? I did not see anybody come walking back. But this is what we got, so that's pretty cool. There we go. For all I know, the train just stopped and the guy figured he should probably go off get lunch. Love that old fire hydrant there. Damn it. So I'm sort of looking back. It's going to make this an HB Tower photo. Last picture of this set. Actually got a nice. It's actually a pretty cool dynamic shot. The train, I believe, was not moving. I think I even had to find a different way home because the crossing was blocked. Whoopsies. There we go. This is a nice one. I think we're good. Yeah, I think we're good here, finally. Sorry for the disruptions. Woo-wee. It was short. That's what I like. That's good. All right. Anybody have any questions? Oh, there's Brian. Yeah, sorry, Brian. I was falling asleep at the beginning part. There wasn't a lot of people here to keep me occupied, and I didn't have a lot of stories to tell. Beyond the fact that, like, everything in this area has been demolished one way or another. They're even demolishing the parking lots for the stadiums. It's crazy. Putting a damn Topgolf. Ugh. Anywho. Yeah, there's the highway interchange, 395. So if you're coming on 395, you can look over and see this signal bridge that replaced the 2 dwarfs and the 2 masts. That's the biggest change here. They got rid of the stagger thing, and now they have the no man's land between there and there and there and there. I think. What if this crossing over here at Lindenthal? What's up with Lindenthal Street? Huh, the Street View car never went down Lindenthal Street for some bizarre reason. Or anywhere in this area. Oh, it's got, oh, it's for BGE stuff. That's what's going on. All right, that's all I got. Sorry, Brian. I don't know when I'll be back for another stream. It'll likely be in about probably 2 weeks. So you guys have a great night. Thank you for watching, and we'll catch you all next time. Just checking out here real quick. Any questions? Whoop. Anyway, I gotta go.